Hello, my name is Scott Davis. Welcome to New World Birth. This is the care and feeding of a New World Age report for the Gregorian date of December 2nd, 2015, and one keeb or wisdom in the Mayan Zolkin calendar, with Venus entering Scorpio, Mercury entering Capricorn, and the Sagittarius New Moon. December 2nd is one keeb or wisdom with the themes of the old ones, ancient memories that wait at sacred sites, protection of universal consciousness, inner strength, shared teachings, the elders, clearing away the past like the vulture, forgiveness, making amends, great sages and keepers of the ancient records, represented by the vulture or the owl. This is a time of releasing the past through forgiveness, which creates a grateful heart space to receive the wisdom of the ancients. The next 13 days is about surrendering something that no longer serves to make room for transformation. This is a time to forgive others and ask for forgiveness, not only from individuals, but also from our Mother Earth. Before I get into the daily energy for one keeb or wisdom, on the 2nd, all the planets appear to be moving forward from our vantage point here on the Earth, with the exception of Uranus, which is moving retrograde or in reverse motion from our perspective. And remember, the themes of retrograde planets are review of the past, reevaluate, reminisce, and we can see these themes being played out. Uranus in Aries is retrograde until December 25th. Uranus seeks to shake our very foundation through the unexpected rebellion of the individual. Retrograde Uranus in Aries will have people wanting to hurry the process of getting free, to push the river of revolution, whether it be personal or political. So let's look at the daily vibrational energy of this Trecena. December 2nd is one keeb or wisdom. This is about unity experience through introspection, meditation, and forgiveness in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. I'm not going to be covering the daily lunar activity in these reports other than new and full moons, but that information is available on the New World Birth daily Facebook post and also on the blogger New World Birth blog. The 3rd is two Kaban or Earth, which is about duality experience through gratitude for Mother Earth in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. December 4th is 3 Etsnob or Flint. This is about taking action through being introspective. And at this point, we have Venus moving into Scorpio, which is actually the sign of its detriment, because Scorpio is opposite Taurus, which is the sign that Venus rules. Planets in detriment are traditionally considered to have difficulty operating positively in these signs. Relationship issues will not be able to be suppressed while Venus is in Scorpio until December 30th. Venus in Scorpio emphasizes the passion and sexual energy in relationships. Scorpio, being ruled by Pluto, wants to feel a spiritual connection to the other, where it experiences surrender, death, and rebirth, and transformation, all of those through love. Try to avoid being possessive during Venus's time in the sign of the Scorpion. Also on the 4th, we've got Mercury square Jupiter. So from our perspective here on the Earth, Mercury is at a 90-degree angle to Jupiter, which usually brings feelings of optimism and positive perspective regarding life. People are inclined to set long-range plans and goals for the future from a place of seeing the big picture. This also is favorable for business deals and commercial transactions. And if you're unaware of this transit, you could overlook the details that are important to the creation of your overall grand vision. Also be careful about communicating with others in a way that may be seen as arrogant or self-righteous in tone. Awareness is the key to working with this energy, and don't let this much optimism lead to sloppiness or overlooking important details. The 5th is 4 Kawak or storm. Stability through recognizing the gifts in adversity in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. December 6 is 5 Ahau or sun, which is about empowerment through honoring the wisdom and memory of our ancestors, while we have the sun in a sextile to Mars. So from our perspective here on the Earth, this is a 60-degree angle between the sun and Mars, which is great for taking positive actions and accomplishing all kinds of work. This is a high energy transit, which is favorable for physical activities and overall health. A great day for group projects because it promotes working with others. People will feel in a self-assertive mood today, but are not inclined to back down. So it would be wise to seek common ground when dealing with differing opinions. Also on the 6th, we have Mars in a square to Pluto. So from our perspective here on the Earth, Mars is at a 90-degree angle to Pluto, which continues to ramp up the intensity, being the peak of expression of aggression and transformation. This would be a time to release Martian energy constructively through physical activities and exercise. This brings the showdown between planet octaves and co-rulers of Scorpio. This is about transforming the world around you by having fierce disagreements and power struggles. It arouses ambition and the desire to get ahead with high energy that can back the drive with action, usually with opposition coming from others. This can also be ruthless and underhanded in dealing with anyone who is an obstacle to achieving your goal. Definitely a time to avoid dangerous people and places. The 7th is 6 Imish or crocodile, which is about being in the flow through nurturing new beginnings in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. The 8th is 7 Eek or wind, reflection through communication, where the sun is in a trine to Uranus. So from our perspective here on the Earth, this is a 120-degree angle between the sun and the Uranus, which colors the day's energy to engage in new and different activities, which lead to self-discovery and a greater understanding of the world. This is more exciting energy than we have most days. People will be more perceptive and able to make changes with greater understanding of the interrelationships within their lives. Expect folks to be more forthright in expressing themselves without trying to filter what is expressed for the benefit of the listener. This is a good day for studying science or something technical or occult subjects like astrology, because it brings the ability to find greater understanding of any discipline that reveals new and exciting aspects of the universe. On the other hand, this could be a difficult day for just following the daily routine. So get out there and do something you've always wanted to do. This is a great day to cross something off your bucket list, and you'll probably gain some new self-awareness in the process. And then on the 9th, we have 8 Akbal, or night, balanced through contemplating the stars. And at this point, we have Mercury entering into Capricorn, and which adds momentum to the planets as they're beginning to cluster in the sign of business, government, industry, and finance, where Pluto has been focused on breaking down these systems since 2008. Mercury in the sign of the goatfish is serious in its communications and thinking. This begins a good period for business and thinking about goals for 2016. Also on the 9th, the sun squares Chiron, which illuminates our past wounds to allow healing. This is challenging energy that can be uncomfortable as we work through these issues to find wisdom and understanding through the release of emotions. December 10th is 9 Con or seed or lizard, which is about having patience through planting new seeds and making new connections. And at this point, we have a Mars in opposition to Uranus. So from our perspective here on the Earth, this is a 180-degree angle between Mars and Uranus, which brings a few days stress for a few days before and after the 10th, with the pressure to make radical changes. And with Mars involvement, I would not rule out aggressive or violent methods to bring about revolutionary transformation. Although Mars may appear to be playing nice because it's in Libra, and maybe expressed more through passive aggression than overt aggression. Like most oppositions, there's two sides of the story. On one side, and more commonly, this could be a time where people act out rashly against people who have oppressed or held them back in the past, or consistently angered them over time. The other side of this transit is to suddenly have the impulse to escape the obligations being imposed. Basically, it really comes down to fight or flight. Most frequently, people, this signifies an explosive release of tension through an angry exchange, usually with people close to you. At very least, folks will be experiencing a great sense of impatience. On the positive side, you may find out that our efforts to liberate ourselves from unnecessary and limiting situations start to succeed, where we feel that we are becoming free of those bonds. This is also a time to take care as accidents are more likely. And then on the 11th, we have 10 John, or Serpent, which is about manifestation through being flexible. And when we have the Sagittarius New Moon that's being supported by Uranus, stimulated by Mars, merging with the Sun, and challenged by Jupiter. Sagittarius illuminates travel, education, adventure, expanding our horizons, and planning for upcoming festivities. Ruled by Jupiter, this new moon represents faith, confidence, and abundance. Sagittarius resists responsibility and confinement, seeking to remain free. This is more a focus on discovering new ideas, philosophy, being in the right place at the right time, and the overall quality of optimism. Uranus brings the impulse to engage in activities that make us feel more alive. Mars brings the desire to do things independently from others. And Jupiter, Sagittarius' ruling planet, brings benevolent and generous feelings for those in our immediate environment. New moons bring an opportunity to set an intention for manifestation on the following full moon. So you want to look at the house of your astrology chart that contains 19 degrees Sagittarius to consider what area of your life is being activated by this new moon. For me, this is my 6th house of service and health. So I would set an intention related to using this energy, such as finding new ways to serve others or improve my health through higher education, travel, and other activities that expand my point of view. Fire Sagittarius brings in spiritual elements to the new moon. So there is a spiritual purpose aligned with these new opportunities that are opening up. This is a social new moon that brings the energy that we associate with holiday parties. Also on the 11th, we've got Venus in a trine to Neptune. So from our perspective here on the Earth, again, this is a 120-degree angle, which is another alignment between planet octaves, with Venus representing personal love and Neptune representing unconditional universal love. This is a pleasant energy, although it may not be great for accomplishing tasks, and it has a strong tendency for daydreaming and fantasy. This is excellent for any type of creativity that must be conceived mentally prior to being brought into physical form. For the more highly evolved, this is experienced as great compassion and tenderness, as this transit induces selflessness and spiritual love. December 12th is 11 keeb, or transformation, resolution through releasing what no longer serves us in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. The 13th is 12 manik, or deer, understanding through being of service to others. And then December 14th is 13 lamat, or star, or rabbit, or Venus, which is about movement to the next stage through being grateful for abundant relationships. And at this point, we have the Sun in a square to Jupiter. So again, 90-degree angle for the square, which can be very useful in moving ahead with something you desire, as long as you avoid excess and remain disciplined. Many will feel the urge to take on more than they can handle and have the resources to accomplish. This can be overly optimistic, and exuberant, so that we need to take care against being extravagant. This is also best approach with restraint. This can also create difficulties with others because many will express his influence as arrogant self-righteousness. And since you're aware of this possibility, you might want to approach these folks by looking for common ground and compassion for their point of view. And then also on the 14th, we have Mercury in a sextile to Neptune. So from our perspective here on the Earth, this is a 60-degree angle between Mercury and Neptune, which is very positive for stimulating imagination, and also brings a greater sensitivity to the more subtle energies and psychic information. This could be a period of dreaminess where folks spend more time fantasizing. Withdrawal from life is not bad, and it is often important to feeding the world within through inspiration, as the intangible reality is as important as the mental world. This may be a time where we're more aware of what's going on in our minds, in the minds of others, which is often difficult to keep our intuitions grounded. Clarity and detail are not favored at this time. So no matter what energies are affecting you during the One Wisdom Trecena, just take some time to be in the flow of the planet by being in nature, watching a sunrise or a sunset, communing with the stars, being conscious of the moment through introspection, meditation, or just really being present with somebody you love. Because every day we have is a blessing, no matter what the dramas that beckon to distract us. We're all here just giving the performance of a lifetime on the world stage. Just take some time to observe your play as well as act your part by remembering you're a spiritual being that's having a human experience. I want to thank you for checking out New World Birth. The next segment of Care and Feeding of a New World Age will be on December 15th for one Maluk, or offering, with the sun entering into Capricorn for the solstice, the Gemini full moon, and Uranus turning direct. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Mayan Magics website. And I encourage you to share this information as videos or as text as widely as you choose. And as always, I invite you to contact me at newworldbirth@yahoo.com if you've got any questions or you wish to schedule a reading. And I am providing readings and wish to make this service available to the greatest amount of folks. So I've created 3 options with 3 levels of compensation. So if you've been thinking about getting a reading, please contact me. I would love to provide you a reading during these uncertain times. These also make wonderful gifts. Perhaps you want to give somebody a gift of a reading. There's nothing better than, hearing for them to hear all about what's going on in their life and who they are and how they're designed to make decisions and things like that. So anyway, you'll need to be able to either call me in Maine in the USA, or we can connect with Skype to receive your reading. We're also accepting donations to keep these reports freely available. And again, emailing me at newworldbirth@yahoo.com, and I'll send you instructions on how to make a donation. But as I've said before, get a reading. These readings I offer are quite epic, usually going 2, 3, 4 hours, where we share the details of who the person is and what are the scenes that are going on in that person's movie or play. As always, I'm blessed that you've taken the time to connect with my passion for these ancient mysteries and their application to our journey during this incarnation. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, in Lakesh, and as always, great gratitude towards you, and look forward to connecting with you in the future.